Hello, my name is Devang Patel.
My name is Owen Bochner, and we are going to be presenting our project 2, which is called the Mensa Club, which demonstrates our use of PHP, HTML, and CSS code. So, statement of problem. Our key idea was to create a website that allows our users to sign in, take various IQ tests, and to be ranked by their scores on a leaderboard. We wanted to allow all users of different skill levels to be able to participate with our IQ questions. Our requirements for the web page included cookies/sessions, a leaderboard for our users, form processing, logins, and an implementation of logic. Overview of the solution. With the use of HTML, CSS, and PHP, we created a user-friendly website that allows our users to sign in and have their scores recorded on a leaderboard page. By creating 6 various test levels, 6 being the most difficult and 1 being the least difficult, we were able to allow users of all skill levels to participate with our IQ test. Key design features. The key to our design is a streamlined and user-friendly experience. The website includes a royal blue color throughout the interface to keep it a uniform style. Our homepage uses a navigation bar that highlights when the user selects it.
So this is the header. This is the header that we used in the login pages. We kept it separate so that the user knows that they are on the login page just from a quick glance, and right underneath the image of it, here's the code for it. It's very simple, and we use this using an include PHP in the login and sign up pages. All right, so this is the two headers that we have on all the other pages. So it's dynamic, so that if you're signed in, you will see the bottom header, which will allow you to sign out, take the test, or view the leaderboard. And if you're not signed in, it asks you to sign up to be able to take the test, or you can view the leaderboard, or if you already have signed up, you can sign in. And this is the code that we use for that different style of header. Again, it's just a PHP file, and then we use the include function in PHP for all the other pages to include it in the other pages. It checks if the cookie for the user exists, and if it doesn't exist, it outputs the not signed in header. This is the footer that we use for all the pages. It's very simple, and it includes our group name, the Galaxy Brains. This is the home page for our website. It's very simple. It allows you to give a brief overview. You'll see more of it in the demo. This is the code for it. Again, very simple, just including the nav bar because it's a little different here, as well as the main body of text that includes what the game is about and how to play. This is the sign-in page. We decided to make it a unique sign-in page with a unique CSS and unique background to make it stand out more. This is the code for the sign-in page. It's very simple enough to where it is a form that you input the username that you want. It has validation, so that is a valid text string with a minimum of 2 characters and a maximum length of 32, and it allows you to sign up. So this is the sign-in page. So as you can see, once you sign in, it will say your name, and it'll ask you to click the logo at the very top to go back to the home page to be able to start your journey of the game. And this is the submit page. Again, simple, keeping in line with the same CSS and the same including of the header and footer. This is the sign up page. It looks very similar to the sign up page to keep everything in line stylistically. This is the code for it. Again, it's similar to the sign in page in its bare bones, but on the other side of the submit page is where it differs. So this is the submit page, to where it allows you to log in so that you do not have to go to a completely different page. You can just log in from here and then go from there. This is the code for it. Now this is where it differs, to where this will input the user data as fresh data instead of pulling data out of the text document. This is the test selection page. So you can look at the various different tests and select which one you wanted. The difficulties range from 1 to 6, so tests 1 through 6. And this is the code for it. It separates all the tests into different blocks and keeps the same stylizing as the home page. All right, so this is the leaderboard page that hosts all of the leaderboard data to where it pulls from the text file and displays it in a nice, neat table that shows all of the users who have taken the test all the users in the system, as well as their scores, and sorted in ascending order to where that the top is the highest ranked user. So again, it takes in from the user's file, reads through it, parses it, separates into the users and your scores, adds up your scores, and adds it to a leaderboard array, and then it takes the leaderboard array and outputs it in a table once it has been sorted. And this is what a test page would look like. So this is the test 1 or difficulty 1 question page, and these questions are relatively simple, and you'll be able to see some of them during the demo. And this is the PHP code for it. It is a PHP form with the different questions, and we made them multiple choice just to keep it simple, so we used radio buttons for that, and it continues from there. And all the other test pages are very similar to this, but with questions scaling drastically in difficulty. And this is what it looks like when you have submitted a score. It will tell you what your overall score was, and it tells you your leaderboard position has been updated, and the nav bar, and it tells you to use the nav bar to take the other tests. And this is the submit code for it. It takes in the post data from the PHP form, checks the answers according to what they should be, increments your score, tells it where in the score data to put it, opens up the score data, finds where you, the user, based on your cookie from you signing in, should be on the score, takes that, updates your line, and writes it back out to the text document that contains everyone's scores. And this is the PHP code we used. Sorry, not PHP, CSS code for everything that we used that Owen worked on. Yes, Owen worked on also the bones of all the HTML, CSS, and that's why everything looks so amazing, is because Owen put in work for that. And so the left one is the pages that are not the sign in or sign up pages, so that it has unique CSS for those, and the right side is CSS for the sign in and sign up pages to have them be distinct. And this is the UML diagram for all of the pages, and it is very cool in that it shows you all the flow of where different things go. And for testing everything, we made it pretty simple in that we would make minor changes, push it to the GitHub, and then someone would pull from the GitHub, upload it to COD, and see what little things worked in that, what little changes did, to see what breaks the PHP, what breaks the HTML and CSS, and go from there and slowly mold it over time to what our end product was. It was a very repetitive process to iron out all the bugs, but in the end we ended up with a great product. The Scrum framework use, our group used the Scrum framework to decide when features needed to get done and who would be doing them. We outlined the features that need to get done, added them to the timeline for the sprints, and then executed accordingly. When some people fell behind, others looked to see where slack could be picked up and picked up from there. And it was very efficient for us to use the Scrum framework. So here are the credits. And let's go to the demo.
Ooh.
So, all right, Owen, do you want to walk us through the demo?
So on this first page, we have a can you be a part of Mensa? It tells you a little bit about IQ testing and where IQ testing came from and how people qualify for it. That's just on the main homepage. You have this beautiful static background here.
Alrighty.
You can go to sign up to take our tests. And then here you can enter in a username.
Let's name our person user. Very unique.
Perfect. And I do want to note here that this background moves. And I think that makes the sign-in page more dynamic and interesting for the user.
So after that, you can go ahead and sign in. And let's
Using your name.
sign in as user.
Now it welcomes you.
And you just click the logo at the very top to go back to the home page.
And then we can go, now you can see on the left side of the nav bar that it says take our test. So that has changed.
Yep, it uses PHP to dynamically tell whether you are signed in or not.
And wait, before you, oh, never mind, that's okay. Well, I just wanted to show that with the nav bar at the top, it highlights things gold wherever your mouse hovers.
Yep.
To
Yes,
allow the user to know what they're selecting. And then it also does that with the various tests. And I actually used an animation for that so that it goes from the opacity is at 50%, and then when your mouse hovers it, it goes to 100%. And then you can select whichever test you would like. Okay.
All right, Owen, are we going easy or are we going hardcore?
Let's go easy, just for our users that have very weak little minds and they don't understand these difficult questions.
They aren't galaxy brains like us.
Exactly.
So
we have these questions.
these are some pretty easy questions, pretty easy to fill out pretty quickly. And we can fill those out and we can submit our difficulty. And look at that. We got a perfect 4 out of 4. And it says that our score has been updated. So once your score has been updated, you can click on the leaderboard tab and it will take you right here. You can see all the scores. So our user right here is below, with only a score of 4, is below all these other people. And some of these don't have anything. These people signed up and didn't exactly do anything with their accounts. They just decided, well, this was cool, but maybe it's not for me. And these people went ahead and did some tests, but not all of them. So they show up right here like this. And once you're done with everything, once you're done looking at the leaderboard, taking your tests, you can go ahead and sign out. And it'll take you back to the home page. And as you can see, the nav bar reverts back to the original. So my name is Devang Patel.
My name is Owen Bochner.
And this has been our project. Thank you for watching.